Hey guys, Jim with MJ Dream Machines here, along with Dolores. Say hey, Dolores. Sorry, she's a little camera shy. Plus, she's driving, so I don't want to distract her. But basically, the purpose of this video, we wanted to do pretty much a virtual tour. We know with the coronavirus going on right now and everybody being on lockdown, obviously we can't host any events or do any tours. So we thought we'd take the footage that we just made some changes to the entire museum as we add cars or just to keep things fresh. We move cars around, change the displays, the layout. So we document that obviously for ourselves so we can look at it in the future and see how the museum changes over time, but also, you know, what we did good, what we can do better next time. So we thought we'd just take that content and turn it into again, a little virtual tour. So I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Bojangles is fine. That's fine. Sorry, she was just asking me what I wanted to eat. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope everybody's staying safe. So John and I are going to walk you through this video, and feel free to leave comments, ask questions, and stay safe. Enjoy. Talk to you later. Dolores wanted to sit. I thought she was saying bye. Dolores says bye.
Okay, as we step off the elevator, the first thing we see are the two Supras. These are two of 1,500 special launch editions, and they're pretty rare cars.
We kind of lucked upon this spot. We were moving them different places. We said, well, let's try off the wall, see what they look like. And they look incredible. They look like they're about to race. I mean, they've never looked as good as they do in that position right there. We got the 75 Buick here, LeSabre. Got the top open to show off the interior.
It's a new spot, so we don't have the proper lighting yet, but it gives you an idea how good it's going to look when we get it all squared away.
And it looks pretty good. I mean, the color helps. We still have a few lights to add over in that area because, again, we never had a car there. So once we add some more lights, it's really going to pop.
It is a pretty car. When we host an event, we have the caterer set up over here, which is a new spot for us. It looks a little bare bones now, but when we get it set up and adjust the lighting, it looks very good.
We got two window cars up front. The first one is the Lincoln Mark V.
But as you can see on the window cars, on a bright day like today, all that light coming in kind of washes out the color.
But they really do look good if you're, especially at night, looking from the outside into the windows and seeing those cars there driving by. It looks really good. Just a little front shot there. And then coming down to the second one here, we have the Nash.
When we give a tour, this car always generates a lot of interest. Nash marketed this vehicle by saying it was the perfect family vacation car. The front seats actually folded down, making a bed, and so when you went on vacation, you didn't have to go to a hotel, you just sleep in the car.
And coming to the row of cars here, coming off the steps, we have the Carrier Wagon. The last time this was on video, it obviously didn't have the graphics. We've since then added the custom graphics to the side. Just a quick shot of the front bumper. And you can see just going down, just the chrome, the gold trim, and that blue and gold logo is going to look incredible out in the sun. It's really going to pop. And the hubcaps, everything. This is really good. Again, this is where how we showed the little catering area earlier. This is where it was, so we kind of moved it to the other end. So this is kind of again a new spot for one of the vehicles.
Looking down the line here, This is, you call it Murderer's Row because they're all killer cars. They're just fantastic looking. The first one is a 58 Bonneville. It just is a beautiful car. Looking at the red inlay there, you see a rocket shooting stars out the back. This just demonstrates how the auto industry at that time was totally enamored with the space program. And that's just one of the things that makes cars from this era so interesting.
Coming up next, we have the Star Chief. This one, other than the paint being in good shape when we got it, interior was horrible. I mean, rat skeletons, you name it.
We couldn't sit in it. It smelled so bad.
It was in rough shape, but I mean, the entire carpet, seats, everything has been redone, painted the dash. This thing just looks amazing in person.
It's a beautiful car. And it doesn't smell anymore either.
Yeah.
How's that new car smell now?
Trunk was redone as well.
Yeah, it looked great.
Got little accents there in the trunk. And here we have our Mercury Montclair.
This was not in great shape. It was not as bad as the Pontiac, the Star Chief, but it was pretty rough. You see under the hood, looks fantastic. We pulled everything out and redid everything. Looks like new. Jim redid the interior. And it looks brand new, spectacular. We got a little surprise there under the dash.
One thing we had, Mark had 2 record players, and so we decided this would be a good car to put it in. We couldn't decide which one we wanted to do it in. We thought this was a good candidate for it.
And it works.
And it works, yeah. It 100% works. It looks great. You got the Victoria here, so a little story behind this. As we were pushing, it was supposed to go in line directly behind the Mercury here, but as we were pushing it into place, it just looks so good right here, as you can tell on camera. We're like, just leave it, just stop. That's where it's at. That's where it's supposed to be.
And up until then, we had never found a place where it just looked this good. And as soon as we, like Jim said, we got this angle, like, oh my gosh, look at it, it's amazing. It never looked this good before, so it's going to stay there for a while, we think. Beautiful.
So when you think of, obviously the movie Grease and 50 Greaser car, I mean, this is like one example of that era and those cars.
Yeah. I think it just came off Thunder Road.
Interior is immaculate.
It's a computerized engine. You can see the pad right there to what do you call it?
To tune the engine.
Yeah, tune the engine.
You can tune and everything from that little computer display. So that's a cool little neat feature. You can see it right there.
That's a frame-off restoration too. They did a great job on that.
So we'll go around, take a quick peek under the hood, as it has the scallops on the air cleaner, as well as some custom pinstripe work that was done on the firewall.
And obviously it's a resto mod. It's not the original stuff. It's got a crate engine, a Mustang engine, and 5-speed trans, and a lot of modern upgrades. But it's stunning right now. Absolutely gorgeous. Great car. Love the wheels. Chrome trim rings.
So coming over to the gem of the row, or one of the gems, is the Sunliner. This is the one that we put we did the race ramps on and put the mirrors underneath, because it looks just as good underneath as it does anywhere else on the car. We also did another car with the same ramps and mirror. You'll see that later on in the video.
This was a rare car, but it's actually an extremely rare car because it has an extremely rare high-performance engine in it. 352, 360 horsepower. It was a mid-year introduction, and very, very few cars got hold of that. And this is why Mark bought the car, because it is so rare. And it's obviously a gorgeous car, frame-off restoration as well.
Yeah, every angle on this car looks great. So coming over to this is the row right in front of the actual museum, is the 300. And first thing you got to look at is the 413 wedge.
Cross ram induction, 375 horse. It's the grandfather of turbo. It's just very rare and very desirable. And this is a national show winner, as you can tell. This is in mint condition, show condition.
Back in the day, this was considered, they called it the banker's hot rod. It was a high dollar car, and it obviously had a lot of performance, a lot of horsepower. NASCAR used these cars back in the day.
And I like to tell people, it's just the sculpting on this is phenomenal because it's so beautiful you don't realize how big it is. Tell them about right here, Jim.
So interior. So we went to a Richard Petty cruise-in at his museum, and we see there he signed the dash for us, the glove box, and we got a picture with him as well. We got a primo spot right there, parked right in front of his museum, and it was just a great time. You can check that out too. We have a video of that on YouTube and Facebook as well.
Look under MJ Dream Machines and pull us up.
Yep, and you can see the whole video from the cruise-in. This is our Super 88, one of two. This is the hardtop we have. Just a quick shot of the trunk. You see the olds.
Lettering
right there.
Somebody at some point put that in there. We didn't, but it's kind of cool, so we left it.
Yeah, cool little touch. See the side of it. We also have a red one that's a convertible as well. Again, you'll see that later on in the video. And this one, we actually just got finished with. I just finished redoing the entire headliner in this. It was falling out. It was crumbling on your head, literally.
Yeah.
So I completely redid it, and it now has vinyl in it. It's all white vinyl. Came out great.
That was the first time we'd even tried to do that, and it came out. It's actually better than great. It looks brand new. And so, beautiful paint on that car too. Up here, the 62 Fury. Look at the paint on that thing. Woo. Got a 361 Golden Commando, high performance engine, and it is a lot of fun to drive.
Great car.
That's also a frame off restoration, so it's pretty much perfect.
Come around to the front here. One of the best views on this car is the front grille, and you'll see in a second here. The light just popping off the front.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So again, it's all about placement with these cars. It's all about where we put them. I know you can't see the elevator. The elevator is kind of off to the left here. As soon as you come off the elevator, that's one of the first things you see, aside from the Supras. So again, it's all about placement. It's all about putting these cars where they're going to look their best.
Yeah.
So we just got just another angle here, again, coming from the other side, looking at the Supras. So now we're walking into the museum here. You see, as soon as you walk in, your eyes immediately go to the Barrettes. This is obviously the second car that we did with the race ramps and the mirrors. And this thing just jumps off the camera.
This is probably, it clearly is the most valuable car we have. And it's probably the prettiest. It's just a very rare 840 produced. And you won't see any, I don't believe, in the condition that this one's in.
And this one we did mirrors all the way around this time, front and back, both sides. And you can see, do a quick shot of the interior here. We got you can see the parade boot on the back.
Oof, that's a great shot. And it looks as good in real life as it does on camera. Oh boy.
So going around, again, when we talked kind of like earlier with the Victoria, we're moving stuff around, we're finding new places. We're moving this Edsel to kind of move it down further on the other side of the museum. And again, we stopped and we're like, take a look at this. And I had John come over, he looked at it and was like, it looks great there. It's supposed to go down that way. That's kind of what I was showing there. But, I mean, you look at the grille there. We always thought this was a good looking car, and it just needed, again, its own spot.
Had to find the right spot, and again we stumbled into it. Look at that thing. It's just the white with the red inlay, the stripe.
It's got some great lines on it. It's got it Beautiful interior on it.
It's like 95 feet long too.
Yeah, it's a
It's
long,
got the Continental
it's a
kit.
long car.
Yeah.
So
look at that. It's just gorgeous.
this worked out good in the middle. There's a lot of room there in the middle. We only usually put one car there anyway. So
It's good enough to deserve its own spot. Look at the dash. Look at everything. Is just perfect on this car.
going down here, we got see the jukebox.
Elvis.
A little mini Elvis display there. It actually came from a
Pool hall.
billiard hall in Chicago.
Yeah.
So over here, starting at the end here, we have the MG here. Ultimately, there's going to be our black Skyliner is going to go here. We're in the process of bringing it over now. So that's going to go in that. And then we're going to take the MG and actually put that over here in this little open space.
There you go. A little visual aid for you.
Thanks, John. Thanks for the backup there.
That's right.
So here we have our Super Convertible. Probably my favorite if I had to choose one. Definitely in my top 3. This is a gorgeous looking car. Just styling, the wire wheels, everything about this thing is great. I love it. It's got a nice interior, the red and white seats. Chrome looks good on the dash.
Dash looks really great. The car is a great driver. Got a 364 nail head. And of course, we pulled the engine. It's restored underneath the hood. It looks beautiful everywhere.
So kind of taking a peek here at the front of this is our green Skyliner. This is the 59. The black one I mentioned earlier is our 57. So on the green one here, we close the top. It is a retractable. Again, when we bring the black one over, which you'll see here in a second, it's going to be, again, over there in the corner where the midget's at.
There you go, right there.
So we wanted to close the roof on this because when we bring in the black one, we're going to open kind of halfway the roof on that so you can see the contrast between the two, because they do look like two totally different cars with, you know, the roof open as opposed to it closed.
Here we've got the other 58 Super 88. This is a red convertible, red on red on red. It's a beautiful car. Extremely rare in that it has 20 options, and I feel comfortable saying there probably is not another car of its kind with 20 options in the condition that this one is in.
And this one, the cool feature about it, one of the best options, it has a transistor pull-out radio, so the whole radio actually comes out. You can take it, bring it to the beach,
Picnic,
you're having a picnic in the park, and it actually does work.
The transistor radios were just starting to become popular in the late 50s, and that was the first year it was offered. It's a very rare option. Never seen it in another car anywhere.
One thing we take pride in, you know, on the collection and, you know, every car we work on is making sure every feature, every option works. And you know, all these cars drive. We do drive them. They're not just here for show and looking pretty. We do drive them. They all work. So.
And right there, you may have noticed, I'm also a professional mime.
Again, coming down here, taking a little side shot of the Edsel again, just looking great in that spot. Look at that interior.
Again, we had it for years, never knew it was that great. We knew it was good, but it takes just to get it to the right spot to show its personality.
Another shot of the Brits on the front end.
I think it looks good from any angle.
So coming down the other end of the museum, we have essentially the window car for the museum. White Bonneville here. Again, look, great grille on that. Tons of chrome, tons of shine.
Looks like you're gonna bite you. That's what we like to say. That's what we like to say. But it looks great. This is so rare. Pontiac made 630 of them. One for each Pontiac dealer in the country. Fuel injected, convertible, gorgeous.
And you see white. I mean, it's very rare a white car to pop, and this thing just looks amazing.
The car is 60 years old, and when you punch it, that thing jumps. It drives great. It's just a fantastic car, in and out.
Shot of the interior. peek of the back and down the side.
Whew. Love it.
And just John here.
Lip syncing to something that we don't even know. Oh my gosh.
John's a talker, in case for those of you who don't know.
I am not.
That's a second occupation.
Hardly said a word today.
So this is our Austin Healey Bug Eye Sprite here. Very popular car with everyone. They love this car every time we have an event or give a tour. This is one of the popular cars.
It's just an Austin Healey Sprite, but they call it the Bug Eye because of the headlights that pop up and look like a big bug. You can see it from there. You're pointing to it. I'm pointing it. You can't see it, but I am.
You see the interior. Not much of an interior. You literally have room for the driver and passengers, and that's about it. So,
love the color too. Carolina blue.
And taking a peek on the back row, we got our pink.
The Elvis car.
The Elvis Caddy. The official name, the color name. It does have a look. You can see the pink come out. It depends. Different angles, different views under different lights. The color shift kind of changes. Yeah. So the actual color is called Wood Rose. Is the official color name.
Look at the hubcap.
And again, the hubcap. You see the hubcap reflection off the floor here. It's just
great paint job, and it's a local car too, in Raleigh, from Raleigh. Whew. There you go, hubcaps.
Let's take a look at the front.
Did he just move? I thought I saw his hips go back and forth.
Shot of the interior.
Great shot of the floor.
Yeah, I don't know who was working this camera. I don't know who the cameraman was on this.
I'm gonna fire him. He's gone. He's gone. Incompetence.
So here we got our Super 55 Buick. Probably condition. I mean, all our cars are in very good, excellent condition. This one's probably the top of the top. I mean, literally every nut and bolt, everything has been gone through, been replaced, restored.
The restoration took place 20 years ago, and the car has been driven 19 miles in the past 20 years. It's a national show winner 20 years ago, and it looks like the restoration was done last week. It's just amazing condition.
Probably the best, as far as my favorite color in the collection, Tahitian Red Bottom. Is that the actual color name? I don't know where they came up with that.
Sounds like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Yosemite Sam, Tahitian Red Bottom.
So we got our Studebaker here, Supercharged Studebaker, Golden Hawk.
In 1957, this car was the fastest production car. It was faster than the Corvette, faster than the T-Bird, and it's very popular. And to have a supercharger on it in 1957 from the factory, look at that chrome. Oh, stunning car.
Nice shot of Buick and the Golden Hawk there together.
There's a 55 in the middle, flanked by the 57 Caddy on the left and the 59 Caddy on the right. But of course, the highlight is the 55 Bel Air. But we'll get to that in a second, apparently.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Caddy real quick. This is going to take a shot of the interior real quick. This is all original interior. Get a quick peek in there.
It's really hard to find original interior that 60 years old in that good a condition. It looks brand new.
Another shot. I love the little, I call them little shark fins on the hood there. Just a great touch.
Yeah. Helps us stand out a little bit from other cars. And it's a Caddy, so it's going to stand out anyway.
So coming over to our 55 Bel Air, as you can see, it looks just as good. This is another of our Resto Mod cars. You kind of don't know how well it comes off on camera, but it is like a true orange car. The paint color, it kind of comes off kind of red on camera. It has the orange interior as well.
Yeah, this thing was restored about 30 years ago. Frame off. Had a 350 HO crate engine. Chrome is perfect. Beautiful, beautiful car. We could put this car, this is one of the cars, it doesn't matter where we put it, it's spectacular. It looks great wherever we put it.
And probably of all the cars in the collection of driven, this is probably by far one of the best drivers. Here we have the 59 Caddy. This is the one that started all. This is Mark's first car of the collection.
It's got the flat top Vista roof, which is a rare option. There is no B-pillar back there. It's all glass and incredible viewing all the way around.
You see there the B-pillar is missing. Come around the front. Great view of the front. Got the classic bullets on the front like most of the Cadillacs have.
The design of this front end is just incredible. The excess of chrome makes it ugly and beautiful at the same time. There are the bullets that Jim was talking about. Really one of a kind. Here at MJ Dream Machines, we are always trying to upgrade the quality of the museum experience, and that is a lot of work, but we're constantly changing lights, moving cars, trying to keep things fresh, and it's a tough job at times, but I think this time around the job went pretty well.
This is probably one of the better ones, if not the best.
So that's it for now. Take care of yourself. Be safe, and we'll see you later at MJ Dream Machines.